Hi friends, so here is the problem based on mesh analysis. So according to my understanding, mesh analysis is the combination of Kirchhoff's voltage law and Ohm's law. So based on these two techniques, we are going to solve this problem. So the problem is very simple. We need to find Vs in terms of V. So this is Vs and this is V. So we need to find this part. So as we are using mesh analysis, the first and foremost step of mesh analysis is we need to consider three loops here. We need to consider the loops here. So loop means there should not be any other things. Maybe loop is different and mesh is different. We need to consider meshes here. Mesh means the least loop. This part may be a loop. Loop means a closed path of flowing current. Okay, this path may be a loop, but here this part is called mesh because this is the least flowing closed path. So this is called a mesh. And this is called a mesh, and this may be called as loop. Of course, the mesh can also be called as loop. Okay, so what we need to do means we need to identify the meshes here, so the least possible loops. Then we need to take some current. So let me show you clearly. See, first I want to consider loops here. Yes, so this is the current flowing in this loop. Let me consider this as I1, and this is the current flowing in this loop. Let me consider this as I2, and this is the current flowing in this loop. Let me consider this as I2. Simple. Now what I need to do, I need to apply KVL in each and every loop. Okay, so let me apply KVL, Kirchhoff's voltage law, in loop 1. So for loop 1, let me apply Kirchhoff's voltage law. Apply KVL. So according to the basics, actually we have already seen one of the problems, and let me consider one more time. As current is flowing in this way, this part should be positive and this part should be negative, and similarly this is positive and this is negative. So I am talking about positive and negative based on current I1. Okay, and let me consider I2 here in this loop. There is only one current passing through 2 ohm resistor, that is I2, and that is in this manner. Similarly, this is I2. Okay, I2 is flowing in this way. So first it is touching this terminal. So this is positive and it is leaving from this. So this is negative. Similarly, it is touching here. So this is positive and this is negative. So according to I2, so I2 is touching here for this terminal. For this resistor, and it is leaving from this resistor. So it is positive and it is negative here. According to this I2, I am talking about this I2. Now I am moving to the third loop. So same concept, this is positive and this is negative. Similarly, this is positive and this is negative. Similarly, this is positive and this is negative. So these are the currents, these are the voltage drops across each and every resistor according to the corresponding currents. Now what I need to do? So I want to write the formula here. So let me write the formula here. So this is application of KVL. So if you can see, I am starting from positive terminal of this voltage source Vs. Okay, as I am starting from positive terminal, I can directly take this Vs as positive. So Vs, and this is my drop. So at 2 I am touching positive terminal of it element. So I need to take this as a negative. So minus, what is the resistance? I want to see KVL means Kirchhoff's voltage law. So I have to take voltage across each and every element and in a closed loop, and I want to add them, and then I need to equate the same thing to 0. That's what KVL means. Okay, please keep that thing in your mind. So now I need to find the voltage across this 2 ohm resistor. So what is voltage across 2 ohm resistor? Okay, according to Ohm's law, it is V into, now Ohm's law is applicable here. According to Ohm's law, V into V is equal to IR. I is current passing through this, that is I1, and the resistance is 2. So minus 2 I1. And next, in next part, I need to consider this 1 ohm resistor. Actually, coming to 1 ohm resistor, there are two currents passing through this 1 ohm resistor. So the first current is I1 and the second current is I2. Here, what we need to consider, we need to assume that as I am in loop 1, I feel that my current I1 is more compared to I2. So simply I can say that my current passing through this 1 ohm resistor is I1 minus I2. I1 minus I2 simply. So it will be, and of course it is a drop, so minus resistance is 1 ohm and it is I1 minus I2. That's all. So this part is very important. So please consider, see here. So if you have any doubts, please put in the comment box so that I can answer the same within maybe 1 or 2 hours also. Of course, so in this loop I have only 3 elements: Vs, 2 ohm resistor and 1 ohm resistor. I have taken the all the voltage drops across all the elements. Now I want to equate this to 0. This is what we call as application of KVL. Okay, simply I have applied the Kirchhoff's voltage law simply. Okay, I haven't done anything more. Now I want to make this into, I mean, in a systematic manner so that I can solve it in a very easier manner by one thing. So I want to write it as minus 2I1. So the first element may be multiple of I1, and of course this is minus I1 and here it is minus 2I1. So it will be minus 3I1, and minus of minus it will be plus I2, and E is equal to, I want to send this voltage to right side, minus Vs. I will tell you why I am doing this in the coming, I mean in the few minutes after this explanation. So this is for first loop. So let me go ahead with the next loop also. Loop 2, same thing, apply KVL. Yeah, so this is very simple. Actually there is no voltage source here, so no need to worry about it. Simply I want to start, you can start from anywhere and you can end at the same point. That's what will be closed loop means. So I want to start at this point, and I my current is I2 now, so it is moving in this way. So from this point I need to move. So first I am touching negative terminal, sorry, positive terminal of 2 ohm resistor. So I want to take this as minus only 2 times of, only one current is flowing through that is I2. Similarly, again positive, I am touching positive terminal, so I want to take minus here. So 1 ohm resistor, and the current passing through this 1 ohm resistor is, as we already discussed, my I2, I feel that I2 is more compared to both I1 and I3 now, as I am in I2. So it should be, current is I2 minus I3 here, I2 minus I3. And coming to this 1 ohm resistor, again positive terminal comes, so I need to consider minus here, and it will be 1 into I2 minus I1, I2 minus I1, which is equal to 0. Yeah. So some of the faculty members may simply say that actually there is no voltage source here, so we can simply consider everything as positive. So I don't want to mesh up more remembering things. So simply blindly follow this method. Of course it is zero. Every part is negative, minus minus minus. So you can obviously make it into positive, not an issue. So positive, 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 as everything is equal to 0, so you can make it positive. That's all. So now I want to write in the same manner. So first multiple of I1, so multiple of I1 is minus 1, so I have only one I1 here, so it will be minus I1. This is I2, 2 I2, 1 into I2, so 1 plus 2 is 3 I2. This is also I2, so plus 4, so plus 4 I2. And I3, so only one I3 is there, it is minus I3, so minus I3. Of course nothing remains, so which is equal to 0. So let me apply for loop 3 also. So loop 3, same thing, application of KVL. So if I apply KVL here, so what will happen? It will be simply same thing. Let me start from here in this part only, and we will move in this way. So minus same thing, 2 I3 will be there, minus 1 into, there is only one current there, I3, minus 1 into, here I am in loop 3, so my current is more compared to all currents, so it will be I3 minus I2, which is equal to 0. So I want to write in the same fashion, so I don't have any I1 term, so I will keep it like that only. So let me consider I2s. So I have only one I2. So as we have done in the previous case in loop 2 also. So let me do the same thing here. Everything is minus, so let me make it into positive here. You can do it, or you no need to do it. You simply leave it, no problem, not an issue. Okay, both are same. So it is I2 now, so it will be minus I2 here, 2 I3, 1 I3, 1 I3 plus 4 I3 equal to 0. That's all. So these are the simple things. So you can simply go ahead with these things. So now we have three equations. Now we need to solve it for current I3, I1, I2, I3. We can now we want to solve I1, I2, I3. And once we have solved this, we can able to understand this problem, and we can able to solve this problem. Now this is up to us, so how to solve this problem. So in general, if any bigger thing has been asked, for example, what are the currents flowing in the loops, what are the loop currents, if the question has been asked in this way, so the best and easier method to solve the three equations is simply by using a matrix method. So I like to solve that problem also in the forthcoming videos, because there is no necessity of solving for this problem. Okay, so I will use the same method, that means matrix method, in the another problem. Okay, now this problem is very simple, so let us see how best we can solve this problem. The question is very simple, so we need to find Vs in terms of simply in terms of small v. So what? Let me consider what is V here. So V is very simple. So V equal to, V is the voltage across this 1 ohm resistor. So what is voltage across 1 ohm resistor? According to Ohm's law, V is equal to IR. So what is current flowing through this? It is I3. And what is resistance here? 1, which is equal to I3. So I can say that I3 is equal to V. Now I will give you some numbers here. So let me consider this as number 1, and this is second equation, and this is third equation, for example. Now try to solve this. So V equal to, now I3 equal to V, very simple. Now I want to substitute the same thing in equation 3. So what is equation 3? Minus I2 plus 4I3 is equal to 0. So it will be simple. Minus I2 plus 4I3 is equal to 0, which implies I2 is equal to 4I3. So what is I3? I3 is equal to V. So I2 is equal to 4V. And substitute the same thing here in equation 2 so that you will get I1 also. So what is this? Minus I1 plus 4I2 minus I3 equal to 0, which implies I1 is equal to 4I2 minus I3. So what is I2 here? I2 is 4V. So 4 into 4 is 16V minus I3 is V. So what is I1? I1 is 15V. Simple. Now substitute these facts in equation 1. Minus 3I1. So it will be minus 3 times of 15V and plus I3. So plus I3 is plus, sorry, I2. So what is I2? I2 is 4V. E is equal to minus Vs. So what is this? It is minus 45V plus 4V. So it will be minus 41V. Therefore, minus 41V is equal to minus Vs. So I can say that Vs is equal to 41V. So this is the simple application of mesh analysis. Of course, the solution part is up to you in which way you can solve the equations. So once we obtain the three equations, you can solve in which way it is easier for you according to the problem and according to our knowledge, according to our simplification. So that method we can follow, not an issue. But in general, if the question is very complicated and if we need to find out more facts, then we need to go ahead with the matrix method, and that part I will consider in the next video. Okay, thank you for your careful listening, and please like this video and share this video with your friends and family, and please subscribe to my YouTube channel so that I committed to complete the entire network analysis, both theory and problems, before February 2021. So please support me so that we can able to complete one complete course in within 2 months only. Okay, thank you so much.